Coming up, just a quick update on the Stanwell Park Viaduct, as well as a special CPH run down the helix. In today's episode, I'm going to take you over and do a quick update on the Stanwell Park Viaduct on my layout, the Escarpment. Talked about a fairly major compromise I was going to make to it, where the real one has a curve to it, where my compromise, due to some of the restrictions here on the layout, I was going to make it straight. Well, since then, I've actually changed my thinking. But before we head over there, I'm going to take you on a special run using my CPH motor rail set. I'm going to take you down the helix and sort of take you to a part of the layout that you haven't been yet. Okay, here we are over the transition coming off the helix. As you can sort of see, I've made a change to it. If you sort of look up on the top board, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to expand it out. So what that means is all along down here is going to come out to about here. Now what that's going to do is allow me to have that curve, bring it out further and not to impede on the other side of the layout here, because if you remember my last video, I sort of talked about there'll be a diorama scene here with the viaduct, but then on the other side it was going to be a different diorama for the industrial area. And if you remember, there was going to be a wall right where you see the felt being cut along here. So you can see on this side, I'm going to come off the helix and transition, and what I've done is actually replaced the original board and I've made this one wider. It actually comes out an extra 120 millimeter from the edge of my layout, and that'll keep coming out for a little bit and then curve back into that other side you can see there. So what we'll do, we'll actually go from a straight viaduct, as you can see in this picture, to one that's going to go out a little bit and then curve back in to right over there the other side. Now what that's also going to do for me is actually, of course I'm extending this bottom layout section out. I mean, I'm not quite sure at the moment. Obviously here I've extended out 120 millimeter. I mean, this might end up coming out to maybe 180, maybe even 200. I have to see and work out I guess the radius of that curve on the viaduct. But what that's going to do is actually give me a whole lot more room behind the viaduct, and I think that is actually going to work well in my favour. As I mentioned in the last previous video, the back seam here that runs up along where that felt has been cut is only going to go up to the back of level 2, and then obviously the rest of the backing board is going to be along that support beam there and go up to level 3. It's almost going to have dual depths to this particular diorama. So over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be working on this section. Obviously I'm still going to continue with the framework of level 2 up to the northern end, but in between I'm going to make this scene keep moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed that quick update. I just want to mention quickly, I think I'm now onto something with my sound deadening material. Hopefully I've got a whole bunch of stuff turning up in the next probably a couple of weeks, so I'm hoping to get back into that and then finish off this helix. I'm hoping by that time I'll have a good part of the top of the viaduct done, so I can then continue and then obviously go up to level 2 and beyond.